G'day Spurs fans, Paul Hotspur hippie here, the only psychedelic soccer show on the internet. And we've got a game coming up at Manchester United, but what I'm going to talk about today is the protest that's going to happen and some of the problems I see with it. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not tarring all Levy out people with the same brush here by any means. And in fact, I'll give you an alternative later on in the video to some of the people you might be hearing. There's someone else who is staunch Levy out, who I think has got the goods. So here we are again, folks. It's protest time, and things always have to get a little bit rocky, a little bit bad for these things to start occurring. And I've stated before, I think many of the problems with growing a movement like this are to do and at the fault of the very vocal people that lead it, i.e. the likes of Stell, Brian Daigle. Different problems with each person, but with an owner as unpopular as Daniel Levy and Enoch, you've got to ask yourself the question, well, why isn't there more uproar? Why isn't there more of a protest? Now, their answer is, it's the fans, they don't give a shit, blah, 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 blah. I think it's you. I think it's you. I think particularly the likes of Stell doesn't lead this with any principle. Look, if you want to have a protest and you want to have a stab at changing something, often with protests, there is an element of self-sacrifice to show the way. Jacob did a video last night which was pretty good about being the change. You've got to be the change. You can't be a hypocrite about these things. And what I see with that guy is someone who's willing to talk about boycotts and protests. Yep, he gives Daniel Levy thousands of pounds every year for a season ticket. His excuse is, if I don't do it, someone else will buy it. That's nothing to shine a light with people, is it? You know, you're asking other people to make some sacrifices and you're not willing to do it yourself. It's hypocritical. And we all know that Daniel Levy, the number one factor, the thing he cares about is money. The only way Daniel Levy will be removed by this club is if someone with a bigger sack of cash comes to him and buys it off him, or the revenue of Tottenham Hotspur declines. So the way to hit him is so simple, man. Is to hit him in the wallet. That is the way you've got to do it. Now I hear, and I understand when I hear the point of view, not about Stell, but other people. For some people, you know, you don't know what's going on in their lives, and seeing a bit of football and going to watch Tottenham is sometimes, for some people, it's the only thing they've got going in their life, you know? I totally get that. But at the same time, if you want Levy gone, you have to make the sacrifice. If you keep going the way, if we keep doing everything the way we're going, what's going to change? Absolutely nothing. So it buggers me off when I see, you know, the likes of these characters and Johnny in there talking about Levy out, and the amount of money they spend giving to that guy is amazing. Always there in the new kits, training kits, away kits, third kits. Is Levy really going to go, man? I mean, why would he? Why would he? And already I'm seeing that as this protest seems to be picking up momentum this time, the other thing that a lot of protest leaders or change leaders have is humility. Humility. And these guys don't have any of that. Already I'm seeing them say things like, oh, people are joining the bandwagon. I mean, you're trying to grow a movement. You're trying to grow a force for change. You know, when people join you, you say they're jumping on the bandwagon. Why the fuck would anyone want to march with you if that's how you treat them? I've gone on before about their thuggish behaviour online, their trolling, their far right stance on sort of some things where, you know, you can agree with me on that or not, but many people do agree with me. And when you're trying to lead an apolitical movement to get for an ownership change, you've got to be a bit apolitical yourself. Get people in, get people talking, you know, but you alienate people. You know, Stell, his wet dream is for Elon Musk to buy Tottenham Hotspur. Can you believe it? A bloody Sikh-hiling neo-Nazi Elon Musk. Oh my Lord. Can you imagine the irony of that? A neo-Nazi purchasing Tottenham Hotspur. Now you can make excuses, you know. So I'm going off on one here. No, it was a Nazi salute, but you can't forget his emergency PR trip to Auschwitz because he was spreading anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. And then just recently he does a talk for the AfD party in Germany. I mean, if you want to find proper Nazis, I'm not talking about neo-Nazis, I'm talking about OG Nazis. You can either go to some towns in Argentina or you can go to an AfD conference, and there's Musk saying, raise your hands. I wonder what he means by that. Proud to be German. So the more people make excuses for that cat, the more I'm thinking, I don't like the cut of your jib, man. I really don't. So I think what's going to happen with this protest, I think a lot of people are marching begrudgingly. They might support the cause, but they certainly don't support you. And you know, the way you're describing people and, oh, we were first, don't ever forget we weren't first. Is this all about you, or is it all about the cause you are fighting for? Because if it's all about you, people will see through that shit and it ain't going to work. It ain't going to work. So what I think will happen at the protest, I don't know how many will turn up, quite a few maybe, and then I think it will fizzle out again because people will get the shits with the likes of you if you're leading the movement. You know, you talk about this club failing. You lot have failed so far. You've been doing this years. You keep on bragging. Fuck all's happened, isn't it? What failures? Bloody losers, man. Losers. Now, I think something that might happen as a consequence of a protest on the weekend, which I wouldn't be necessarily very happy about, is I think if there's a big protest, and I think that if Spurs lose the game against Manchester United, I think there's every possibility that Daniel Levy could pull the trigger on Ange Postecoglou. And I'd be sad about that for about 2 days. And then I'd dust myself off and support the next manager, wish Ange all the best, unless he goes to another Premier League club, in which case I would hope he fails dismally, because I want every other team to fail except Tottenham Hotspur. And I just get behind the next manager, knowing full well that in 18 months to 2 years, all the fans will lose their bottle again and get that manager out as well. And on and on and on we go. But it certainly isn't going to get Levy out if no one wants to bite the bullet and make a principled stand, not buy the merch, not go to games, not renew their season tickets. And yeah, like I say, other people will do it. But you've got to start somewhere, man. You've got to start somewhere. You might fail by doing that. You might forego your season ticket for no reason. Might be a complete waste of time. You just shot yourself in the arse. Can't go to Spurs anymore. Or just maybe people will follow your example and it will grow from there. But that's the only way you're going to hurt him, is in the wallet. In the wallet. Hypocrites, man. Absolute hypocrites. Now, I said I would give you an alternative because I'm not painting all Levy out people with the same brush at all. Not at all. Channel I found recently. I'll put a link in the description below. I'll try and put it up here somewhere as well. Johnny Bethnal Green does a channel called Johnny Reviews. Staunch Levy out, man. Absolutely staunch Levy out. Proper Spurs. Don't half moan and whinge about it, but I tell you what, he's a humble, honest guy. He's engaging and he's entertaining, and he's not a dick with people. So if you want some Levy out goodness to fill your soul and get yourselves fired up and maybe think about what can happen at this club, Johnny Bethnal Green, Johnny Reviews, man, great channel. Forget these other clowns that are all in it about themselves, that don't want to take any hits themselves, that slag people off who end up marching with them, calling them Johnny come latelys. And look at me, I'm so right. It's not about the cause, it's about them. You know? Now I don't know. I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on it. I don't like Levy. I don't like rich people. If someone comes in with more money than Levy, odds on he's going to be richer and be a bigger dickhead. Who knows, man? I don't know. If I was in London, would I be marching? I don't know, honestly. Maybe, maybe not. I can't say because I'm not in that environment. But, you know, for the people marching, I wish you well. I hope you have a safe march. I hope you don't get Ange sacked, but rest assured, if you do, I'm going to support the next manager when a lot of you lot ain't. Because that's what I do with every manager, every gaffer at Tottenham Hotspur. But while Ange is here, I wish him the well. I think he's going to give us success. Not many people online do. I do. I support and back the manager every time. The Levy stuff, not important to me. I back the club. I back the football team. That's all I care about. Anyway, till next time, folks. Peace and love, man. Peace and love, and come on, you Spurs.